Hey friends, welcome back to Budgeting Abroad. I'm Chrissy. On this channel, I'm tracking my cash stuffing journey, trying to get out of debt and find some financial freedom. So thanks very much for joining in today. We are doing the most complicated cash stuffing ever. No, the cash stuffing should be simple, but leading up to this moment, I've been a little bit stressed, but I think I've got myself sorted. So we are going to be cash stuffing for the month of December. As well as week one of my weekly spending. But December is so tricky for me because I'm in the US for 2 weeks of December. So I needed to figure out some of the money that I use for my normal weekly spends needed to go to the US. I also make a transfer to the US just 4 times a year. And this just happened to be the end of November is when I need to make my next transfer. So I had to figure out what money I'd set aside. I have a grant for school that had come in that I needed to send. I had other money that I'd saved for school. I had Christmas money that I've been saving. Anyway, I've been tallying and retallying and anyway, just trying to make the numbers work. I got really stressed at one point because I'd made a bank transfer from Monzo to my other bank account. And I thought it had gone through and I was like, I don't have enough money. Why am I coming up short? What have I done? And then 10 minutes later it came in. I was almost in tears. Anyway, it's all sorted. And despite the fact that I have actually had some overspending, well, as in unbudgeted, I've bought some things off Etsy. It's so hard. Are you guys... I know I'm just waffling on, but do you guys find that when you start shopping for Christmas gifts or other budgeted things, it sort of opens the tap and you just want to buy everything? I'm just struggling. So I'll be so happy when all my Christmas shopping is done and I can kind of narrow the focus again and not just keep saying, ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good. Anyway, I have some happy mail to show you. I think I'll do that at the end because I just want to get this money sorted. I feel a little bit I hope it all is right. And then, yeah, and we'll stuff for week one. We'll do all the things. In January, when it all resets again, I think I'm going to try weekly cash stuffing and see how that goes. But because I'm away for so much of December, yeah. So I've been to the bank. I've gotten, I think this is $275. It should be $275 out of the bank. Here's my weekly envelopes. These are so gorgeous. I love these little wallets from Budget with Alina. Right, so this should be £275. It was stressing me out when she was counting it because they weren't all the same way. These 5s are manky as. I probably don't even need so many, but I kind of circulate them through as much as I can and reuse them. So I feel like I'll reach a point where I won't need them and then I won't have to go to the post office every time. Anyway, but I did already have a good amount of money already in my sort of back to bank envelope waiting. So let's just pull this out. Let's just keep track. So this should be $275. 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 105. Great, so that's $275. And then in my back to bank, I should have £720. I have done so much jiggery pokery over the last few days. I've spent hours counting and recounting and trying to make sure all my Monzo savings pots were right, trying to make sure all my placeholders and all my binders were accurate, making sure I was sending the right amount of money, that I didn't send too much money to the States and then not have enough. So I feel a little bit anxious. I know money's going to be tight, but also I feel so pleased with where I'm at and what I've done so far. So anyway, this should be 720. Let's just count this and then we'll crack on. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Is that right? Oh, sorry. 2, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. 3, 2, 4, 6, 8. 400. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, so 190. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So plus 130. So 720. Excellent. Everything has worked out. So plus 275. So I have 995 pounds that I'm stuffing for the month. Now, that's a little bit lower. There's a few categories. Some things, basically money that I wanted to send directly to the US. So I didn't pull out the cash. I left it in the bank, and I've already transferred it this morning because I have credit card payment that has to be done on the 1st of the month. And so when my pay period falls, when the 28th falls on a Friday, it's always so stressful because I'm like, oh, I've got to get it done, or well, anyway. So as we go through cash stuffing, I've got my little cheat sheet here that sort of just tracks my spending. So this is the money that stays in the bank. This is the money that comes out of the bank. But some of these categories have actually not come out of the bank because they are already in America. So we'll just go with it, and as we go, if there's money that's already gone to the US, I'll point that out as we go. So we'll start with our long-term, I think, sinking funds. And we're starting with, we're not putting anything in emergency. Loads of my envelopes are not going to get anything because I'm just putting everything into the car in Christmas. So it's really just bare bones. Come January, I'm so looking forward to like starting this from the beginning of the year, so that I can sort of spread these things out and stuff more of my envelopes. And anyway, blah, blah, blah. So nothing in emergency fund. The car is, however, getting 50. Which is amazing. So there is a tracker in here, but I'm not going to start this till next year because I knew that come January it was all getting spent anyway. So this is for, oh, I didn't mean to pull that out. This is for my car service and MOT, car tax, all that. So I'm hoping to get this to about 250. I think I'm going to struggle, but we've got 50 in there now, and let's add. So what we have currently then is 50 in the bank and 2 for 60, 70. So how much is that? I should have counted that in a weird way. 50, 70, 90, 110, 120. That's better. So I have 120 total, 50 of that is in the bank. And all my placeholders are accurate and correct. I've checked that this morning. I didn't make you watch me do all that because it was painful. And I was like panicking at one point because I'm not good with math. I'm not good with numbers. So it always is a bit of a like struggle just to make sure I don't get it wrong. So anyway, 120, that's not bad. We'll get close to 250, but I don't know if I'll get there. We'll do our best. Car insurance is getting 200, just like all the other months. I probably could have just left this money in the bank, but I just like stuffing it. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 4, oops, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 200. So that should be 600 pounds. There's 400 in the bank, 200 I've just counted out. Just want to make sure. So that means my car insurance is fully funded as far as I know. As in, I was trying to remember, I haven't gotten my renewal notice yet, but it'll come in, well, I need to double check it really. But it normally renews in January. And I think 600 is pretty, if it's not the amount, it'll be pretty close. I'm hoping it might be slightly less, but that might be wishful thinking. So that, I'm considering that fully funded. Success. Car maintenance is getting 50. So let's see, what have we got? So we've got 250 in the bank. We're adding 50 to it. So that's 300. So car maintenance, I would really like it to be at about 1,000, not because that's like I just think it gives me a huge safety buffer. But my goal from September to January was to get it to 300. So for me, I'm considering this fully funded in terms of, I think it'll be enough to get me by. I don't know if 1,000 is too much as a goal for like long term, or maybe I should do 600. I don't really know, but like I have a pretty old car. I need to save up for a new one, but it's just not where I'm at yet. So I'm just trying to nurse it along and keep it well. But like I have had a couple of times where I've had car repairs that were 800, 1,000, you know. Hopefully won't have anything like that anytime soon, but it's just sort of burned me a bit, you know. So I think I'd rather have more than I need there, but I don't know. What do you guys do? Credit card. This is an extra payment on the credit card. We're not doing anything with this right now. So Christmas. So this one does have a tracker. There's no money to stuff because that money I've left in the bank. So this is for my like travel to the US. My goal between September and December was to fill this twice, which would be £600. It's not really enough, but it was what I could do. And so I have done that. So I've done 200. That's what's left, right? Yes, that's what's left. I'm just, for completion's sake, going to go ahead and fill in these little stars, and I'll speed you up so you don't have to watch me do. Right, there we go. So this does not have £600 in it because I've been spending from this as I needed to. It's got about 280, I think, in there right now, 280 something. Anyway, I've not put a placeholder or tracker in. It's literally going to get spent on like luggage costs at the airport and travel. Like it's just there. It's going to be spent. I'm not going to try to keep, as in I have an electronic budget spreadsheet, so it gets tracked in there, so it will be tracked, but I'm not going to try to keep updating it here. So I'm just considering that funded. It's not really enough. I may, next year I will aim to save more, but I didn't have a lot of time. This little Christmas savings tracker, and as well as all these what are they called? Like name tag placeholders. Oh, my brain is not working. Anyway, this came, I got with my Pretty Perfect planner that I got off TikTok shop. They're really handy. I've had it for years and never used them, and finally started cash stuffing properly. And so I'm considering that fully funded for my purposes because I'm out of time. I won't be able to add more to this. And where I do get extra money, it's going to need to go towards gifts. So that's where we're at. Gifts is getting £50, but again, I did stuff this. Did I stuff? Yes, I stuffed this electronically, and that is because it needed to be in the bank because I needed to make some online purchases. So I'm just looking at my. So gifts currently, I actually spent some today. So with adding £50 to this, it's actually, it was right, 106.21, but when I was at the post office getting cash out, I saw some gift bags, and I'm getting a couple people some bottles, and I don't have the right shaped gift bags, so I went ahead and bought them because they were on offer. So now I actually have 223. So I have 102.23. I don't know how much more I'll keep track of like all the spending going in and out of this because we're sort of coming up onto the the end of the road, but I will track it on my tracker so I can see what I did save and see how, you know, it's helpful for me in budgeting next year to know how much I spent this year because it'll be a pretty, you know, it's about similar. So I put in 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has saved me $250, $350, $60, $70, $80. So I've saved up £380 so far for Christmas gifts. And I will have a little bit more to add in here and there. But yes, some of it will go in as cash, and then I'll figure out what to do with it. But anyway, it's really raining now all of a sudden. Anyway, this is the Christmas Saver. Came in the beginner's bundle from the Stress Moms Club. It was really helpful, as in having a little beginner bundle to start with, because you can't get all the trackers and savings challenges on day one, can you? So I've just been adding a little bit here and there over the months. Yeah, so cool, great. Biscuit is getting nothing. Amazon Prime is getting 10. We are now putting cash in. So Amazon Prime now has £30. My yellow. This was a freebie from Rosebud's Budgets. Just to point out, my printer wasn't working at the time. It's literally like a piece of paper. This was like the first night I ever printed something for cash stuffing. Like, it is so like September. I was excited. I discovered it, but my printer didn't have ink. I didn't want to reprint it. I just left it. So each icon is £5. So I've just been using it to track. When this is full, then I'll have enough saved for my Amazon Prime membership, basically. So that's great. That's fine. I now have some proper challenges from the lovely Rose, which is good. Let me put it like that. Okay, so nothing in these. Canva, I really need to pay some back. I still owe myself 50 on that, but we're just gonna wait. Electronics is getting nothing. There's actually nothing in there, even though I marked it off. I've had to empty some of these, but health is getting 10. First time that the envelope's not empty at the start of the next month, which is nice. So let me just, well, no, I'll leave it like that. So I've got 25 in there. I don't really need to condense that, because sometimes I just need to grab a 5 or a 10. Fine, that's all for this envelope. Sorry, this is taking me way too long. I'm just distracted and explaining everything right short term. So nothing is going into car cleaning. It's car wash. It does need £1 or so, but just when I get some leftover money, I'll put it in. Toiletries is just getting 10. I could use more, but I just, yeah. Money's going to be tight this month and probably next month a little bit. And then things should ease off, and hopefully I'll be better budgeted this time next year, so it won't feel so so eating out is getting a big chunk this time. 2, 4, 60, 75. So 2, 4, 60, 75. So I'm putting 75 in eating out, and that is because we have our staff Christmas lunch coming up, and I usually treat our team, as in I'm a pastor of a church. Yeah, I am. So I don't know why I always feel self-conscious about saying that. Anyway, I'm the pastor of a church. We have a staff team. We always go out for a lunch, and I usually treat our staff. So 75 won't cover it, but there's another person on our team who's a volunteer, but he's like the chair of our trustees, and he kind of co-leads things with me. Yes, so he's he often splits it with me, so I think that'll come close, but I just need extra in there to try to cover that. That was a very long-winded explanation. I'm so sorry. Right, miscellaneous, I'm going to put 2 5s in. This always ends up getting spent, just me basically overspending, but anyway, one day I'll stay within my budget. So school I have budgeted 20. So the placeholder, there was £50 in here, has come out, it's gone to America, as well as the £20 budgeted for this month. I have, in January, my next school bill will be due. It's going to be like $1,200 US. £70 is just a pittance, but it'll just go on the credit card, basically. Dog grooming is going to get 10. He's due to go in for his little end of year Christmas tidying in December. He doesn't like getting a bath, but he tolerates it. He just makes a really sad face. So each one of those is worth 10. Unfortunately, I'll empty this before I fill it again, so I'll probably clean it off and start over. I'd like to get far enough ahead that I actually just have the money sitting and waiting, but I'll be happy that I think this should be, so we'll have 20, 35. I think that's about what I need, because it's not a full groom. It'll just be a little tidy. So that he's smelling fresh before he goes to visit friends. And they like not defur, like they help with the shedding. They brush him out with a special comb so he doesn't shed quite as bad. And anyway, cool. Pet care is getting 10. This one I will swap out the 10 for 20. So there's now 50 in the bank plus 20, so that has 70. This is just a little emergency fund. This is like special treats for the dog. I haven't had money to be able to stuff anything in here right now, but in the new year, this will get some love. Home essentials is getting 20. So I did have 95 pounds in here that I'd saved towards my electric toothbrush. I have purchased my toothbrush. I actually got it for 65 pounds, which meant that I had some left over. Normally I'd leave the leftover in here, but I'd had a little bit of unbudgeted spending, so I've applied some of that money towards some Etsy purchases and things. I don't know if that's right or wrong. It's my money, I guess. So anyway, it just meant my budget balanced, and it's fine. And I have a new toothbrush on the way, which I'm excited for. Right, personal, this is not getting much, but I'm just putting 30 pounds into beauty. This is for my skincare. What's in here? Oh, well, let's change this out for 60. 246, because some of that can go to the bank. I only get it every few months, but I just have to save up, and then great, done. I think that's all that's coming in here. This mostly gets filled from my leftovers after shop edit. In the new year, hopefully I'll be able to budget a little bit to go into my personal binder, but not right now. Next, we've got the birthday binder, so that's going to get 50. Denominations, I'm not sure yet, so I need to put 5 back here because I like to keep some money. This is just for stamps or unbudgeted gifts, maybe if I get invited to someone's birthday or something. So that's now got 15 pounds. It's more than I thought, actually. That's great. So I have 45 left. That one's already budgeted. So my mom's, I think, is fully funded. Yes, it is. So we're on my dad. So I've got 15 in here of budget. So this needs another 15. So I'll put that back. So that's now got 30. So my dad's is fully funded. And I've put in 20 pounds. So I've got 30 more to go that I can put in. So let's just do that. These little birthday trackers are from the Stress Moms Club. And yeah, I find it really helpful in just remembering the birthdays and keeping track. So what did I say I have left? 30. I put 15 and 5 is 20. Yeah, so I have 30. So 20 can go in for Kathy. She's fully funded. And 10 will go in for Moses. So that's great. So the amount I put into my birthday binder now will, it won't be so high in the new year, but I just wanted to get a bit ahead. So now I'm fully funded for birthdays through February, and I'm starting on March birthdays, which is really good. That feels really good. So great, amazing. Now I have 20 pounds for the debt binder, which is what we're calling it. I don't know if it'll end up going on debt for sure if I use it on an emergency fund, but I'm happy to have 20 pounds going in because I haven't put anything in here in a while, but I will be putting in regularly now. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, I have have a certain way that I was doing it. Sometimes I wonder if I'm like OCD, because I very much am like, oh, it needs to be a certain way, or it stresses me. It gives me anxiety. I don't know what it is. Oh man, these are some Mankey 5s. How can a King Charles be Mankeys? No, these 5s haven't been in circulation that long. Goodness gracious, what do people do to their money? Right, there we go, £20 in there. This is from Endless Budgets and Designs. It's the 1K savings binder. I was excited when I got this one. I'm happy that it's in use. There is like £50 in there already. Right, £200 for the challenge binder, and then we've got weekly spends. So let me do weekly spends first, because this is complicated. So on week 1, it's not my normal. So on week 1, so for this week, which is week 1 of December, I've already spent the £20 for petrol. I needed to put fuel in the tank. What is the word I use? Anyway, I needed to put fuel in the tank yesterday. So I've spent the £20. So I need £10 for personal, which we'll just go ahead and put that in. It doesn't need to be in a pile. And £70. Well, these are my 20s. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. So this is for my food shop. So petrol's going to be empty, and then 65 will go into my food shop for this week. I have increased the amount of my weekly food shop money with the intention, number 1, of having money left over, but also number 2, recognizing that it just creates a bit more bandwidth for me to invite people around for a meal, or, cook a little extra and not feel like I'm gonna break the bank. So, and then that £5 goes into my week 5, which I was meant to have a week 5 in December, but I'm going to be in the US visiting my family on week 5 in December. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it, and my week 5 folder will continue to build up without being depleted. So that's great. So I've now got 25. I put £5 each week into the week 5 so that when rolls around. So now I'll be ahead actually on week 5, which is great. Let's leave this out. So I need money for challenges for week 1. So it's £50 a week. So 10, 20, let's do it in 5s. Oh gosh, I should have had more 20s. I guess I got too many 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So that's week 1 challenge money. And I'm going to go ahead and just keep it in week 1. Now, I am actually going to use the second week challenge money also in week 1, because I only have 2 weeks in December where I'll be here to cash stuff. So I'm going to do £100 for the first 2 weeks, if that makes sense. As in, I'll only have 2 Mondays where I'll be in the UK. So I need to put another 50, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I feel like I'm running out of money, but I think it's, well, hopefully it'll be right. So that's challenge money for weeks 1 and 2, but it's all in week 1 and all in 5s. Fine. Then week 2 is going to get £70 for food. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. £10 for personal, and £20 for fuel, because it's a full week. I do have 1 full week. And it will get £50 in challenge money. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 challenge money. I feel like I'm running out of money. I hope that I've done the math right on this, but we'll see. That's week 2. Week 3. Look, I'm damaging my, there we go. It's a manky 5 anyway. I don't know why I'm worried. Right, week 3 gets £40 for food. So it's not a full week. So I'm just putting £40 in for food because I'll be traveling that week as well. So I might use some of that when I'm at the airport. And then £20 for fuel. I haven't put any personal money. I've actually sent my personal money for week 3 to the US as spending money, along with all of week 4's money, as well as some other spending money. So anyway, so £20 for fuel because I am planning to go visit friends in Leeds before I go on holiday. So hopefully, I think, yeah, the fuel money, I don't know if I'll need that, but I just want to make sure I have enough. So that is week 3's money. And then I should have £50 left, which is the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this should be the 4th week of challenge money. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Excellent. It's all worked out exactly as it was supposed to. And I am going to put this, as I said, in week 2, because that is when I'm going to cash stuff it. So I think now my envelopes are very full. Right, I think that's challenge money. That's week 2 weekly spends and 2 weeks of challenges, and that's week 3 of weekly spends, no challenges, and there's nothing for 4, and I won't need 5. Well, 4 has been sent to the US, is basically. So cool, great, amazing. I think that's everything, you guys. I think we have stuffed them up. It felt a bit stressful. Hopefully it wasn't stressful for you. But yeah, that's where we are. I feel really positive about that. Oh, I don't know how long it's been. Do you want to see? It's 32 minutes, it looks like. I can show you Happy Mail. We've not like gone over an hour or anything. I thought it was taking me forever. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe that was forever for you. Right, so I've got 2 bits of Happy Mail. I did place an order last night from Budget with Ira because he did his Rainbow Thursday, like his version of a Black Friday. And I can't often afford some of his stuff. It's a bit pricey for me, but I did get to order a couple things that I'd sort of wishfully put on my favorites list, but never expected to be able to get. So that's coming at some point. And my last purchase of this year for cash stuffing stuff that I'm really, really hoping I might be able to get is Cash But Cute. When her store opens again, I think soon. I can't remember. I have to look when. Anyway, I would love to get the Polar Expense. I don't have very many Christmas challenges, and I will have one on the go all year. So I thought that would be nice. So anyway, let me show you what I picked up. So this first one, I think, is Home Budgets with Steph, I think is what it's called. Here it is. Thank you for your order. I hope it helps you on your budgeting journey. Enjoy, Steph. Home Budgets by Steph. And she gave me a little clip, and it's in the shape of a dog. And I just thought, how perfect is that? My little Cappy. So let's put him in here. So Home Budgets with Steph, I came across her because of, I want to say it was SNR Budgets who maybe had one of her challenges. How cute is that? My little puppy. I don't have lots of bits and pieces, but I'm collecting them as we go. So that's lovely. So let me show you. We'll leave that out. Oh, I should have left that out so I could take a photo. I'm horrible at the photos. Anyway, it's gone so dark and gloomy in here. I don't know what the lighting is like. I hope it's not awful. So this is freebies, I think. Well, I know I've opened this. Obviously, I have no chill. So this is the October freebie, which is very cute. And then we've got the November freebie. So those are perfect. I love the little minis. I use them for like in my challenges for like saving for specific things. So those are perfect size for me. I may save them until October, November rolls around again because I'm really kind of in the Christmas mood at the minute. But those are cute. I really love the patterns on that one. I'd have that like in a yearly, like each month. Anyway. Right, and then I got these 2 challenges, and they just, this game looked so unique. I've not seen any games like it, and I do love the little sort of savings challenge games. So this one is called the Risky Roller. So you place the starting bet, then you roll 1 dice 5 times, 1 die 5 times. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you subtract it from your starting bet. And if you roll a 4, 5, or 6, you add it. So the example she gives is if you roll, if your starting bet is £5, if you roll a 6, then you'd, if you roll a 6, then you'd add, that would make it 11. Then you roll a 4, you'd add, that makes it 15. Then you roll a 2, so you'd subtract, that's 13. Then a 1, you subtract, that's 12. And then you'd roll a 5, so you'd add. So that means you'd be saving 17. So obviously a lot is dependent on your starting bet. I think my starting bet's going to be like 1 or 2. Like I won't be able to afford to start at 5 because I couldn't save that much. But I love this as a game. I thought it was really a cute idea. And I'm sure I saw, I want to say it was S&R Budgets. I hope I'm right. But anyway, she's the one who put me onto it. And I just thought, oh, I've not seen any other challenges like this one. So yeah, it's really nice quality. I'm excited for that. And then the other one I picked up was the Color Me Savings Challenge. This actually saves 500. It doesn't look like it because it's all 5s and 10s. There's a couple of 15s. Anyway, I love this because I love a coloring challenge. I thought this was really cute. So I have some ideas for how I'm going to work this in next year. I think my plan is to open a high yield, high interest, like high yield savings account. But it's the kind that the money has to go directly in. I can't like cash stuff it and add it in. So what I thought I'd do is I might use this to track the money that's going in monthly into that. And if I can add to this, then I'll be able to bulk that up if that makes sense. So I think that's what I'm going to use this for, but I just thought it was so cute. So that is what I got from Steph at Home Budgets by Steph. So yes, that's lovely. I was excited about that. I have all these different, I've just been ordering from all different shops. I don't think I've ordered from the same one twice yet, although I want something else from the Queen Bee Mix, but and then this one is from EssexCashStuffingnd. So I've just been spreading the love. I have so many shops that I want to order from. It's, it'll take me ages. I thought this was cute. The bag is compostable, which I thought that's a good idea. So let's have a look at this. It's very cute. So she gave me, well, here's her card with all her socials. Thank you for your order. So this was my first one from EssexCashStuffingnd. I have a few things favorited. I'm trying to just, as you can see, I'm just buying a couple of things. I'm just trying to be wise with my spending, and I can come back and get more in the future. Also, I'm trying to remind myself, it's not like I can do all these challenges today, so I don't need to have them immediately. Anyway, she sent me a couple of freebies. So she sent me this little sticker, which is very cute, the little cat. This is Merry Christmas, so that's going to have to go in one of my binders. And then I think this is a freebie as well. It's a Home Bargains. But that's cute. It's got lots of toiletries and food and items on there. So I do go to Home Bargains, but not loads. But I might use this as in saving up for toiletries and things. So I thought that was really, really cute. They seem a bit like they've gotten a bit, I think they were outside when I came. So I wonder if the moisture has made them get a bit like, anyway, I think as they sit in my binders and things, they'll straighten out. They're just slightly waved. But I think that's from the damp England. So I've got 3 here. I got It's Beach Time. And this says each icon is worth £10. I particularly liked this one because it had the multiple ones. So each time you complete it, you can tick off one of the little roller bags and you can save up to £1,500. I have a little dream in my heart to go to Greece next year. I don't think I necessarily need £1,500 for it, but yeah, I loved this. Also Christmas, like when I go home, I go to Florida. That's where my parents live. So I just could see myself using this quite a bit, and I thought it was really, really cute. But I particularly liked you can complete it over and over and track how many times you've completed it. I liked that quite a bit. Then I got the penguin pounds. I thought it was really cute, and I just like that it's a way to capture some of your leftover pounds. So it might be that some of my challenges in my challenge binder are quite big, so I thought this would be nice to have in there to just to catch the extra, you know, or if I get where I don't have enough money to put in some of the other challenges, I could always pop it in there. And then the last one, I have been eyeing up these like different races from, I've seen the October ones and now the Christmas ones. Like, people have so many versions of the Essex Cash Stuffing little races, and I just love them. So I couldn't resist. Once I got my sort of plan for next year, and I knew I was going to have some Christmas challenges, I literally only had one that I've already started for 2026. So I had to pick up an extra Christmas challenge so that when I finish that one, I'll have another one to go. And I love that it's pink. And I like red and green, but I love that it's pink. I think it looks so fun. So I'm looking forward to doing this one. So that is what I've got in my little happy mail. I don't know if that makes a very good photo or not. Maybe I should move it around. Not very good at but thank you very much to the ladies, it doesn't say her name. I can't remember her name. Anyway, to the lovely lady at Essex Cash Stuffing, thank you very much. I follow her YouTube channel. I love seeing her videos. And then obviously Steph at Home Budgets by Steph. You should definitely check them out. They've got loads of lovely things, and I'm very excited with my purchases. So I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you're having a great weekend or whenever you watch this video, and I'll see you soon.